Hi, I'm Simon Richenhagen and I'm head of marketing at the Krone Commercial Vehicle Group. How did we come up with the idea of the record run? We can do sustainability with the e-trailer, we have already proven that. And now we want to prove that the e-trailer can also be emotional. Actually, the idea was that we do a lap on the Nordschleife. Like Porsche or big manufacturers like Mercedes who go to the Nordschleife every year and set a record lap there.
My name is Abdullah Jaber. I am head of development and part of the management of Trailer Dynamics. Trailer Dynamics builds electric semi-trailers. That means semi-trailers with an electric drive that have a lot of power. To be honest, I really liked the idea. We often imagine something like that, but also kind of crazy because it's extraordinary, an adventure. Of course, there were doubts about the idea, but not because there is a lack of enthusiasm, but because the racetrack does not fit our scope. After all, we want to be efficient and save energy. But on the other hand, the trailers, as I'm sure many have noticed, have a lot of power. And you might be able to show some potential there.
The emotions that the e-trailer generates in every driver who has driven the e-trailer before, I want these emotions to be reflected in the e-trailer's outer shell. So it should look like racing, it should look like power, it should be expressive. And so we got help from 811 Design. Hajo Lemke is the owner. He created a very exciting and expressive design for us, which we can now use on the e-trailer. Abdullah is a talented truck driver. Anyone who has ever seen him drive actually knows that Abdullah can drive very well. Then we equipped Abdullah with racing clothes, and then it was in our mind that we said, get in a truck, go to a racetrack and do your lap.
Da wirst du jetzt auch direkt merken, der hat die Schnürsenkel seitlich sitzen.
Yes, I've been to racetracks before. I've driven karts a lot. I did extensive safety training for prototype driver's licenses, but I've never been on a racetrack with an e-trailer. Compared to a test oval, a racetrack is more confusing and complex. There are also other participants and so on. And reacting to them immediately is exciting.
So, Misano, first race, Italy, you are actually assuming 22 degrees in May, sunshine, but it wasn't like that.
All right, turning now to Italy, where floods have devastated a region in the north of the country.
After a break from the rain yesterday, it started raining again, bringing, of course, the worries among all the people that are clearing out the mess that this flooding and landslides caused and left behind.
Zur Abwechslung auf der Fahrt jetzt nochmal fantastisches Wetter.
Okay, how do we deal with this? The first time on the racetrack with the e-trailer, and then in the rain. I did have a bit of a headache at that point, but we still made the decision. We'll go there, we'll take a look, and then decide how we are going to deal with the situation. Because in the end, it was like that. We trained in rainy conditions.
The first practice session on a wet track was very exciting. We noticed two things. First, that the security systems work great and that you can fling the trailer, so you can let it drift a bit. That was very exciting.
I don't think I'm the best co-driver, and I rode along and just thought, was that the right decision? Well, Abdullah really drove very fast. Then he also said to me, oh, take a look in the mirror. The e-trailer is going a bit across. It's going over the curbs. And then he hit the boost button and I was like, oh Lord. They're driving there. Can you see that? Then they brake here and brake really hard here. But then you have the problem that if the pylons weren't there, you would drive over the curb.
Hello everybody, welcome to race 3 here at Misano. The weather is a lot better than it was. It isn't just the racing trucks that you'll see on our broadcast, but I was speaking to Michael Nimch just earlier on, who is the MD of Trailer Dynamics, who work with Krone on an amazing e-trailer.
Before the first race, I was a bit nervous because I then had another ride with Simon, and Simon implored me, don't break the vehicle. You have to understand that the vehicles are always driven at the limit in order to achieve good results. And so the probability that something will go wrong is already given. So the burden of responsibility, everyone is watching, the whole world, including the competition. He waves a green flag all the time and gives me signs.
Okay, dann fahr.
Understood. Okay.
Nein, aber Rolf, der Phoenix-Trailer ist jetzt unterwegs.